Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel, the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here with another new message for you. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't for those of you liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers and to the channel members. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, let's go ahead and see what message, what information is meant to come through for you. Now, this is a timeless reading. Timeless meaning no matter when you come across this message and it resonates with you, it is for you. So let's kind of, too many. We're not going to take all of those. Just one spirit. Thank you. I believe that was still one of the ones that came out there. Now let's get a little bit more. Okay. What else? What else? And the bottom. All right. You have the Empress at the bottom now. What do we have? Knight of Wands. All right. I kind of cheated there, so some of you might be looking at the end already. For some of you, kind of that cheated energy, right? Might be reading a book or part of a book club before we even get into this, and might be reading the end or skipping to the end as far as the book goes. So yeah, I hear you. I do that from time to time, not very often, but from time to time I do. I really don't read nonfiction books. I only read I really don't read fiction books. I only read nonfiction books like Joe Dispenza and what else? I have 100 books over here that I'm reading. But anyway, I read a lot of nonfiction books. Oh, now I sound like I'm full of it. I have Do Less to Achieve More, Atomic Habits over here, Stop Overthinking, Akashic Records. I've just bent over to look at some of the ones that are over here on the side of me. So yeah, anyway, lots of different types of books. But anyway, so it's not really make sense in that aspect. So for some of you, it wouldn't make sense. But for others of you, right? Okay, I digress. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Your overall energy, it says Snow Angel, the signs are with you already. Number 4. So you've been getting sign synchronicities, right? This keeps coming through the reading. Sign synchronicities showing up. Spirit, your angels, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, your whatever it may be, they have been sending you messages. You have been getting signs. You have been getting synchronicities. Things have been showing up that seem out of ordinary or too good to be true even, or super coincidental, but it isn't, okay? So that is that first one. Let's see what's coming in. You have the Emperor. Oh my gosh. The Emperor coming out here really strong, okay? So for some of you, there's an energy of needing to kind of be more disciplined or more structured coming in this week. So for some of you, you've kind of been lackadaisical is the word that wants to come through here with whatever it may be, specifically with your work, with your stuff that you need to get done, your to-do list, whatever. There's been lackadaisical energy. There's been a lot of procrastination energy. Okay, so for some of you, you've been getting the signs, you've been getting the synchronicities, or you have been getting information that leads you to the next step, yet some of you haven't been taking it, okay? So that is what is coming in this week, this energy of needing to be more disciplined, this energy of really needing to kind of step into a more authoritative or kind of reliable energy, authority over yourself, authority over, right, kind of what you're doing and that sort of thing, but being more reliable, being more disciplined, okay? That is what is coming in this week, because you have something big happening and you're going to need to really be able to step up to the plate, and you're going to need to be able to be disciplined to really make it happen. Okay, the signs are showing up. You're receiving the signs. You're receiving the synchronicities. You're receiving the next step, but you need to be able to be reliable, be disciplined, and to follow it. Okay, so that's what's coming in this week. It's almost this energy of things are not as they appear, or things are not as they seem. Okay, for some of you, you may, whatever the signs or synchronicities that are coming through, some of you haven't been very for some of you, I just have to, some of you haven't been very patient, right? And there's signs showing up, there's synchronicity showing up, and you're wanting to jump to the end instead of the next step. Oh, isn't that interesting how that all came back around? And so that's again where that energy of things aren't quite as they seem, or things not being as they seem, is coming through here. So really pay attention, okay? So what do you need to focus on? The High Priestess is coming out with what you need to focus on, okay? You really need to focus on your intuition, on what is coming up. Could be through subconscious energy, maybe coming out through your dreams, but those signs, those synchronicities, you need to focus on them. When they're coming through with that next step, with that energy of knowing, with those downloads, it's time to do something about it, okay? Be really disciplined. Don't just push it off, right? And say that you'll think about it or focus on it tomorrow. Focus on it now in the moment, right? That's one thing that we all know very well, is sometimes tomorrow never comes, right? And tomorrow never comes when we keep shoving stuff off. Most of the time we don't end up following through or fulfilling it, okay? So your focus is on really, really taking that next step, taking the action, paying attention, right? Be focused. What is coming through? What are you getting? What do you need to do? Okay, it's your next step. All right. Whew. Wow. Okay, what might be your challenge? You've got the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, this is your challenge to potentially staying focused within this here, Aquarius. That Eight of Pentacles coming through. So for some of you, it's going to be difficult. It's hard work, and you may have a hard time staying committed. Okay, that is what your potential challenge is, because hard work is coming up. Maybe some of you don't feel like you have the education or the skills to take that next step. Some of you don't feel like you maybe have the means or the resources to invest in yourself. Okay, that could be your challenge within this. So there's going to have to be a choice or a decision on your part, right? Are you willing to do the hard work? Are you willing to commit? Are you willing to use the resources that you have, the skills, the education, right, to be able to, bring this to fruition and or to take the next step? That is a question being asked, okay? Wow, this feels like a very, it's a very straightforward reading, but again, it's coming through that things aren't as they seem. So there's a potential for a twist coming in here, okay? Yeah. All right. What is going to assist you or support you? Eight of Cups coming through here. Okay. So you've got the 4, you've got the 4, you've got a 2, and you've got 2 8s here. So you've got, right, 4 plus 4, 2 4s, the 2 here, equal 8. And you've got 2 8s. Okay. So 2 of each. We already looked at that. That's a Knight of Wands, I think, over here. So you've got 2, you've got 4, you've got 4, you've got 2, you've got 8, you've got 8. Isn't that interesting? There's a pattern coming through. That's why things may not be as they seem, or things aren't as they seem, okay? There's a pattern that's playing out here, Aquarius, okay? So what is going to support you within this, Aquarius, is the 8 of Cups, okay? And look at that card. I mean, I feel like that image, that card says it all. Says it all with that 8 of Cups. Some of you are going to need to use whatever the disappointment, satisfaction, whatever it is you've been holding on to propel you forward. This is what is going to assist you, okay? Some of you haven't wanted to be disciplined. Some of you haven't wanted to be reliable, and there's something, potentially a defense mechanism at play there, that is why, or that is holding you back, okay? So that is also what can be your superpower or your strength within this. This is what can assist you or support you, is using that to take that next step. Okay, let go of whatever you may have been holding on to, or that's been kind of holding you back, and move into this energy of exploring it. Okay, those disappointments, those dissatisfaction, that energy of not really having things work out or pan out for you, or being emotionally kind of hurt, right? How can you use that to your benefit? How can you use that to your favor, okay, to create that twist? How can you do that? That is going to be what is going to assist you or support you within this, okay? Because for some of you, you're choosing not to see those signs and synchronicities because you may already have a preconceived idea or notion. Some of you feel like you have already seen the end, or you've already looked at the end based on your past, or based on cycles, patterns, situations that have already happened. But again, it's coming through here that things aren't as they seem. So things, even though it may feel like there's a repeat going on, or a pattern, double fours, right? 44, 88 going on here. There is an energy with those fours of stability coming in. Okay. There is an energy with those eights of recognition, your own recognition, being able to see those sign synchronicities and really tune into them, seeing that next step and moving, leaning towards it. But right, because those eights can also mean advancement or movement, moving forward, but also abundance coming in. Okay, which is coming through to remind you that just because things appear to be one way, that doesn't mean that they are. Okay, that is going to be something that is potentially able to assist you. Now, what is your advice? The Knight of Wands, which we knew, because remember, I cheated. I looked at the end at the beginning of this message or this reading. Okay, so your advice is the Knight of Wands coming through here. So there's energy of passion, this energy of energy itself, right? Of adventure, inspiration, new beginnings, right? Your advice is to lean into this. Your advice is to allow yourself to come at this from kind of a curious state. Be curious, be adventurous, use an energy of kind of being like, wow, this is all new, right? And even if you don't believe it in the moment, just because things might look like they're playing out similarly, notice those signs that are coming in, okay? And isn't it interesting? That's the snow angel, number 4, number 4, number 4, number 2, number 8, number 8, and then the Knight, okay? Some people are having some snow right now. For some of you, that is a sign. Isn't that interesting? Okay. This is a timeless reading, but at the time of recording this, like we have had here into March, okay, again, timeless, but we have been having snow every single day. We had more snow in the last 3 or 4 days than we have the whole season. Now, we did have a lot of snow at one time, but as far as days snowing, it has been more just in the last 3 or 4 days. Okay, so that could be a sign for some of you. All right, what does snow represent for you? I did have within a reading prior to, and within a thought prior to, that I believe is in a reading, there was this energy that came through when I personally in my little corner of the world had a whole lot of snow that built up. Okay, like snowed 24/7 recently, not as much as lately, but recently, or the last 4 days, 3 or 4 days. But it built up, and it was like it caused havoc, it caused chaos, right? For a whole week. The following week, not a stitch of snow around. Okay, so for some of you, things might be coming up. There might be things that you're not paying attention to, or things that are coming through, sign synchron, whatever it may be that you haven't been paying attention to, and it feels, whatever your situation is, because you're not paying attention, it could feel overwhelming, it could feel stressful, it could feel as if you're being challenged because you're not paying attention. But within the next week, once you pay attention, once you maybe see this reading, once you realize that things may not be as they seem, it's almost as if everything is gone. It's like all the problems, or whatever it is, the struggles, the difficulties, it's as if they they kind of rectify themselves. It's as if they just melt away and they're gone. Okay, so do remember that is the main message coming through here within this reading. Things aren't as they seem. So whatever it is that you're having, right, that's going on, whatever it is that you have been feeling challenged with or struggling with or what have you, feeling as if you haven't been able to be reliable, or you're not disciplined, right, as our first one, whatever it may be for you, the signs are with you already. You've already been getting them, synchronicities. Start paying attention to it, and you may just see how things unfold, how there is security, stability that is wanting and ready to come through, but it needs you to take the next step. That next step has been showing up. There is recognition. Once you, with the eights, once you begin to recognize and pay attention to the signs of synchronicities, start following, taking movement towards that next step, that abundance, that advancement, that movement is going to be there for you. Okay, this is a pretty powerful reading, Aquarius, so really please pay attention. And again, remember, things aren't as they seem, or they may not be as they seem. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because I could keep going, but I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.